Hi there everyone, I'm Terry Miles and I'm here in the wonderful town of Chelmsford. And I'm here, this is Nicholas and he's the Dean of Chelmsford Cathedral. Because look, we're here at Chelmsford Cathedral. And an absolutely beautiful building. And Nicholas, would you tell everybody, explain the sort of bit of history about the cathedral?
What this is, yeah, absolutely. Well, you're standing just outside Chelmsford Cathedral, at the heart of the newest city in England. We've only been a city for a few years, but it's still the newest city, and we're growing massively because we're only 35 minutes by train from London. And in a sense, that's the history. This has been the county town of Essex, and Essex in the old days used to extend right to the Lee Valley. That's within 3 miles of St Paul's Cathedral. So this has always been the centre. But there's been a church building on this site since certainly the 1240s. And in fact, some of what you may be able to see is probably from that date, but you just don't know because you can't date rocks very easily. So you've got this amazing, beautiful building which has been through at least 3 or 4 different changes. So who knows what was here before, but a wonderful building in the 1240s. Some of that's still in the tower. There may even be Roman stones there, not because the Romans built it, but because this was a Roman town, a Roman market back in the 4th century. And then the building itself, it's been rebuilt in the 15th century, and then in 1800 the middle bit fell down when people did some stupid things to the foundations. And that's why the building inside is so light. You'll see that later on the video. Light pours into the building because they created huge windows. They reused some of the old stone, but new stone in there too. And then they put a wonderful ceiling, I hope you can get to see that, that's plastered and painted really unchurchy colours. It feels like a beautiful dining room or something like that. And then in 1983, they had this wonderful vision for a renewed building. The city was growing, or the town was growing at that point, and it really felt, real confidence about the future. So they pulled everything out and built a beautiful modern space in this ancient building. And it really, really works. It's a wonderful place to earn your living, and also a wonderful place in which to welcome people, and you're very welcome yourselves.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. And Nicholas, I do believe there's a grand piano in the building. Is that
Well,
right?
there is. And actually, he has special permission for this because we don't tell many people this, but certain people ask to play the piano and they get the upright. But it's all right, you've got the grand.
I've got the
it's
grand.
Beautiful.
I've got the grand. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But there's one more question.
Yeah?
One more question. Am I allowed to play Boogie Woogie?
You can play
in the
what
cathedral.
you like. And you see, if you spent a week here, and I spent a lot of time here, you'd realise that all sorts of weird things happen in that place. In the early mornings you'll hear plain song being sung, and that's great, and great Sunday hymns and all that. But actually, we allow almost anything.
Okay.
We have banned the showing of 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
Okay.
That's simply because the first scene has the F word far too many times,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But actually, this is public space for everybody.
Okay.
So we have our Christmas market, not outside or in the parish hall, but in the cathedral.
That's great.
We have concerts, we have events, we have social things, we have political things. Everybody's welcome.
That's great. Then should we take a walk in then? I'm looking forward to seeing the grand piano, old boy.
Yeah, and in pole position.
Right. Lovely, isn't it?
It's not bad, Sarah, is it?
Beautiful. Okay then. Nicholas has just informed me this is the Okay then.
The cathedral clock, you see, telling the time for the city, and it's mostly right.
Brilliant. And this is the bishop's entrance, is that right?
Yeah, what we try, we have two main doors.
Yeah.
And what we try and do, partly because the south door faces the city.
Yeah.
That's where people come from. So
Yeah.
that's our normal entrance. That's where, on a Sunday morning, people stream in through that and stream out through that. But we call this the ceremonial entrance. So
Ceremonial entrance.
So for services, that's where the choir and the clergy will come through.
Okay.
And on a big civic occasion, we had a big civic service the other Sunday. This is where people like the Lord Lieutenant and the High Sheriff will come in. But above all, it's where it's the bishop's entrance.
Oh.
And so when we get a new bishop, and we'll get a new bishop next year,
Oh, see, right.
is he has to knock on he or she nowadays.
Yeah.
These outer doors are closed. He has to knock on the door to be
Okay.
let in. So this is the posh entrance.
Okay then, let's go, old boy. Wow. Look at this.
The lighting is actually not working properly at the moment. And I much prefer it
Yeah, it's nice.
because actually it's very low.
Yeah. As you can see, there's a beautiful grand piano. It's called a Bluthner. A Bluthner. I mean, it's brilliant. I didn't expect that. I'm being very spoiled today. And look, I've got an audience. Look, I've got a bit of an audience. Come on, let's. I do have a little bit of a thing. When I discover a piano, I have a little bit of a sort of thing I do at the end. So I hope you don't mind. And it's this. I'm going to say. I'm going to give this piano a yay! Yay, Chelmsford Cathedral! Yay, Dean! The Dean, Nicholas! Yay, Jonathan! And yay, Jonathan's wife! And yay, the blues and the piano! And yay, this charming audience here. Thank you very much.
You're the neighbours.
Oh, you're the neighbours.